Hi everyone, I'm very happy to invite you to a special webinar and Q&A with me and Trevor James. I have here really beautiful flute by Trevor James, the raw alto. Can you tell? Can you see the beautiful colors changing? Love it. I got this flute a couple of months ago and I've been really loving it since then. It's kind of like I call it the Prince of Alto Flutes. Really beautiful and has this free vibrating tone. I have here another flute that I really fell in love with, the black nickel bass flute. As you could see in the video, I played different channels. I had like 5 flutes and some percussion. So I had the bass flute playing the bass lines, and then I had this alto playing the melody as well as some inner voices, which is something I love to do. I love to also teach in this style, and I call it the self-sufficient flutist. That's basically how I call my classes and my teaching style, which basically means to teach you to not only be a flute player that's playing the melody that is like the icing on top, but to be able to connect to the other layers of music, such as the harmony and the rhythm, and to be able to think outside the box of how you can play, and also maybe you can accompany others. That's a really interesting thought that's been the way I work with other people and other students. And so I will also have in this webinar some of my beautiful flutes from my antique wooden flute collection. I can't call myself quite a collector really, because I'm like a baby collector, but I have here like my main flute, my Haynes flute from 1905, which has been with me for more than 15 years now. And recently I started checking out some Rudel card flutes. Check out the difference of how they look like. The Haynes, of course, is from the US. The Rudel card is from England. Very different embouchure cut, different shape, very different shape of the keys here. And this is an open G sharp flute. Let me show you what it means. Where the G and the G sharp keys are actually doing an opposite thing, like they do in the regular flute. So when I play a G, it sounds like G sharp, and when I finger G sharp, it actually sounds like G. I'll explain more about that at the webinar. Also, we're going to have David, who is the technical director of Trevor James, who will be the perfect partner to geek out on flute materials, how to make certain flutes. What made him want to make a rock hopper alto? I mean, that's an amazing idea. So, we'll get to talk to him, and the best part of all, you get to ask as many questions as you want. It's going to be like a discussion, not a lecture. So, you know, the webinar is going to be on Crowdcast, which is a really, really cool website for different webinars. And you can submit your questions in advance, and the whole thing is recorded. So even if you can't be there live with us on the day of the event, which is, by the way, this Wednesday, August 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. London time, which is 6 p.m. Paris time, which is 7 p.m. in Tel Aviv. If you can make it, that would be great. But if you can't, you can just go on the link in the bottom and you can already secure your spot and you can ask questions, and I'll make sure to answer all of the questions live. And then you can, of course, watch the recording. What I played in the recording that you heard is a beautiful tune by Sivuka. It's called Tom Prajobim. And what I did, just a little explanation, is basically I played the arpeggios of the chords. Like that. This rhythm is called baião. It's a rhythm from the north of Brazil, and then I play the melody on this flute. Which was very interesting for me because I learned how to play this melody on the C flute, and I don't really do it transposing because of my perfect pitch. So I literally had to relearn the alto as a concert instrument. That's a whole new topic, but just so you understand, instead of thinking of this as playing C and hearing G, I started thinking of this as G, F sharp, F, E. And at first it was super confusing, but now I can basically read concert with the alto. But for me to still play very, very fast tunes like that, like especially Brazilian and solo tunes on the alto, is a new thing, so I'm having a lot of fun. And then after I recorded the bass and I had the melody, I felt like playing some inner voicings. So I kind of found a shape that I like a rhythmic cell that I like. Boom, 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 boom. And then I could play this in different notes. And that kind of sounded like another instrument underneath everything. As you can tell, I love talking about flutes. I love recording layers of flutes. I love flutes. And I hope that you share this love with me and you join me on the webinar this Wednesday, August 28th, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. London time, with David from Trevor James. We're going to be checking out flute, playing them, connecting with you. It's free, and the link is here below. I really hope you'll join us and have a beautiful week.